in New York today, new video of Wendy Williams with the NYPD at her side.
Wendy, how you feeling today? I know you said that you needed help.
Hold up. Did Wendy Williams just expose the names of the people who made her sick? They thought they had our girl weak and silenced. But baby, Wendy is back and she's telling it all. Word on the street is they deliberately made her sick so they could silence her and empty her bank account. According to new details, Wendy was filled up with hard substances for months till her body gave out. Her son actually tried to warn us about this, but no one took him seriously till recently because they thought he was the one trying to steal her money, when the whole time he had nothing to do with it. Some folks are even dragging Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, because they believe she was paid to keep Wendy sick. According to reports, prior to Sabrina being made Wendy's guardian, Wendy was actually doing just fine. But once Sabrina stepped in, everything went downhill. And to make matters even worse, she made up that whole fraudulent story about Wendy being permanently incapacitated, even though she wasn't. Right from the jump, a lot of people already didn't believe Sabrina because weeks prior to this, there were reports that Wendy was getting better. So how did she go from getting better to suddenly being completely incapacitated? Like, girl, please. If you want to keep that woman in a guardianship just so you can eat off her, just say that. People also brought up the fact Wendy also accused Sabrina of allegedly stealing from her. Even Wendy's son, Kevin Jr., also said the doctor told them that Wendy's dementia was alcohol-induced, but instead of the guardian keeping Wendy from alcohol, she was allegedly still actively giving her alcohol. Mind you, while all this was happening, Wendy's family weren't allowed to see her. Isn't that suspicious? Sabrina was in full control, and Wendy's health was seemingly not her priority. How do you claim to be looking out for someone but actively giving them something you know will make them get worse?
I feel like the guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom. As long as she has people around who are yes people, I know that she's not getting the help that she needs or getting better. I'm afraid that she could die.
I've got so much money. I want it for my son.
Now, going back to Sabrina claiming Wendy was permanently incapacitated, Kevin didn't take this news well at all, and he accused her of making it up. He reacted to the whole thing by leaving this comment on the Shade Room. And Kevin wasn't lying because shortly after this, Wendy was spotted shopping at a holistic store in New Jersey. She was fully walking by herself and even posed up to take a photo with one of the employees. She went to the store with Kevin, and according to the employee, Wendy was definitely not incapacitated. She was later seen cutting it up with her fans, and there was nothing incapacitated about her.
How you doing? How you doing, Wendy Williams? How you doing, baby? You look good.
Wendy has attempted several times to get out of her guardianship, but honey, the higher-ups have been working overtime to make sure she stays right where she's at. Some people even compared her situation to Britney Spears and Kanye West, claiming that Wendy is being drugged to keep her ill. If y'all remember, Britney revealed in a court that her family intentionally filled her up with loads of lithium, which they later tried to use as proof that Britney was crazy.
And I would honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me by making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you to the judge to approve me do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything they did to me. And by not saying anything is saying it's okay. I don't know what I said here. It's not okay. Actually, I don't want to interview. I'd much rather just have an open call to you for the press to hear, which I didn't know today we're doing, so thank you.
Kanye also said the same drug was used to make him out to crazy, even though he wasn't sick.
What I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, oh, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look at
They would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see.
Now, when it comes to the exact details of who exactly is doing this to Wendy, it's unknown. But a lot of people seem to blame Diddy, and the reasons actually check out when you think about it. Wendy got on Diddy's bad side when she got on radio back in the day and accused him of receiving an oral from a man. She said someone had emailed her photos of Diddy during his vacation in Mexico, and in those photos, another man was doing the you-know-what to him.
The story about Wendy Williams. She got fired from Hot 97 because she had a picture of Puffy. So if you don't mind, give me the story from your point of view, and what was in the picture?
We were in Cancun. For whatever reason, dude was playing with Puff. He went behind him and grabbed his trunks and pulled them down. Some girls that was taking pictures. They took that picture and emailed it back to Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams said she had him in a compromising position and like he was gay, something like that. She was gonna put it out. Wendy had shown people that email. Puff told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her before he got back in New York, that they was not gonna get any music from any of his friends, any of the record labels executives that was cool with him. Everybody was gonna boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days before we landed back in New York. Wendy Williams was in the radio station in Philly. She was fired.
We come from a very homosexual era of hip hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle.
Diddy even went as far as sending people to jump Wendy at her workplace.
I remember I got off the air one day and them total bitches were downstairs waiting, and everybody upstairs at the radio station is looking down, egging it on, waiting for something to go down. I wasn't yet married. My knight in shining armor screeched up in his car just out of nowhere. I didn't even know what was about to happen. I'm standing in the door like, what? And I'm literally about to go through. Now, I'm not like, what, let's fight, because I'm not one of those type of broads. And plus, there was 3 of them. The little Chinese man that drove the van that they were coming. There was no security or anything. It was just them 3 fighting broads. And me. And my coworkers that shot standing upstairs trying to look down to see it all jump off. They all knew. When I said goodnight to everybody, everybody's pressed up against the window. I didn't even walk or bother asking, what are you all looking for? Because you know when the clock strikes, it's time to go. It is time to go. I didn't get a chance to hit the sidewalk before I knew it, out of nowhere. And there's a whole bunch of rah-rah going on outside, and I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And I send Cower and Skell out on the sidewalk, and he comes back in and says, it's total outside. And they were about to set it on you.
And remember the time 19-year-old Shine took the fall for Diddy for that club shooting incident? Wendy was the only one who was brave enough to question the whole thing and demand for Diddy and J-Lo to be investigated more. She was also one of the only people to call out Diddy and Cassie's relationship, way before Cassie even left him.
He ran out of the club so fast and got into the waiting SUV that it wasn't until he got into the truck that he realized that he left Jennifer behind, along with his bodyguard, Anthony Wolf. He just ran. Forget it. That's a true sign of an itch bag, by the way. Leaving as well.
I thought it was an unk pay.
Well, eventually, Jennifer and Wolf made their way to the SUV without Puffy. Right. They ran 11 lights to elude the cops. Supposedly it was Puffy, although people are saying they saw a female hand tossing a the window. And then when the cops stopped them, they found a second gun, of course, in the car. Right. All 4 of the occupants, the driver, the bodyguard, Puffy and Jennifer, were handcuffed and taken down to the precinct. And eventually, Puffy and his bodyguard, Wolf, were overheard talking about their plot to bribe the driver to take the rap for the. And Puffy was overheard saying, and I quote, because the prosecutor said this, I can't go to jail, I'm Puff Daddy.
He was arrested with a deadly weapon. And
Puffy wants Cassie back. Oh, it's been all over social media. Puffy posted a picture of Michael Jackson's song, Lady in My Life, and wrote, if anyone sees Cassie this weekend, please tell her to listen to this song 100 times. I suggest don't use social media, though, to reach out.
I think this was a grand overture from Puffy. I don't believe he really wants her back. I believe he probably treated her at some particular point like a possession, like a possession. And if you really care, then you'd reach out privately, not publicly.
Real bad blood.
The worst blood.
The worst blood. You almost wanted to run you out of New York at one point, right? Well, not run, you know, like push you out of New York at one point. Oh, he had you ran out. You give him full credit for that? Okay, cool. He had you ran out of New York.
They later resolved their issues, or at least that's what Diddy wanted us to believe, so he'll be the last person in anyone's mind when something happened to her.
I must say it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I want to just tell you how proud I am of you. Because I don't think you get enough credit for being the first one to really cover our culture. You know, hip-hop culture and also hip-hop celebrities shedding light on our culture and our people, and thank you very much.
During another interview between her and Diddy, he seemingly threatened her on national television when he randomly brought up her son in their conversation. Wendy got visibly nervous. A lot of people feel like he deliberately brought up her son as a subtle way to warn her to stay out of his business, or he was going to hurt him.
As the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You represent a lot.
When it was later announced that Wendy had been diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, people couldn't help but wonder if Diddy had something to do with it.
You know I have lymphedema. You know what that is, correct?
I know.
Okay, you don't know lymphedema? All right, I'll show you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Lymphedema is this. Do you see this right here? Look.
Okay.
No, look closely.
Right.
Hold up, please. Hold up. I can't hold it higher. Do you see?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Okay, do you see this?
Yeah.
All right, it's up and down. Okay. Okay, that is, I can only feel maybe 5% of my feet.
In fact, even while Wendy was going through her health problems, she still didn't miss the opportunity to make everyone aware of just how happy she was to see Diddy in jail. So you can imagine her disappointment when she found out he was only going to be doing 4 years. She put out a statement on her Instagram at the time that read, "What is really weird is that I have been told by so many people, Wendy, you called it, including some people from my family who have said the same. To see this video on TV of Cassie getting pummeled, it was just horrific. But now you have to think, how many more times? How many people? How many more women? It's just so horrible. Whatever they did to Wendy, it was enough to make her lose her freedom. But baby, that mouth is still loud as ever. And she's still going to make people know exactly how she feels, even if that means she'll be doing it from a facility." As usual, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said, "She needs to sue the crap out of the bank and everyone involved. No banking institution should ever be allowed to invoke a guardianship of someone." Another person said, "I hope she is freed from the guardianship and sues every last one of them that held her hostage and stole her money." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Wendy Williams allegedly being drugged into an illness? And do y'all think her guardian really has something to do with it like people are claiming? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.